Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, bigger than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And today, a massive power play just changed everything about who might control it.
Well, that's quite a bombshell to start with. You're talking about Maduro's capture, aren't you?
Exactly right. And while everyone's focused on the official narrative about drug trafficking and democracy, there's this elephant in the room that few want to address directly: the role of oil in all of this.
Hmm. And the timing of this seems particularly interesting, doesn't it?
That's what really caught my attention. Look, Maduro's been in power for over a decade. The US has had indictments against him since 2020. So why move now? Well, the global energy landscape has shifted dramatically.
I've been looking at the numbers, and they're staggering. Just how much oil are we talking about here?
We're talking about roughly 300 billion barrels of proven reserves. To put that in perspective, that's enough oil to supply the entire United States for about 45 years at current consumption rates.
And all of this has been essentially sitting idle because of sanctions and mismanagement?
Exactly. And that's where this gets really interesting. Under Chavez and Maduro, oil production plummeted from about 3.2 million barrels per day to barely 700,000 barrels per day. That's like having a Ferrari but only using it to drive to the corner store.
So, what makes this moment so critical for global energy markets?
Well, we're dealing with multiple pressure points right now. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has disrupted Russian oil supplies, Middle East tensions are high, and there's increasing competition with China for energy resources. Venezuela's oil could be a game changer.
That's fascinating. But surely this isn't just about oil, right?
That's where this story gets complex. The US government typically operates with multiple objectives. Think of it like a chess player making a move that threatens the opponent's queen while also protecting their own king.
Well, then, let's break down those different objectives. What else is at play here?
So first, you've got the narco trafficking charges, which provide legal justification. Then there's regional stability. A Venezuelan chaos affects the entire hemisphere. And finally, there's the strategic element of countering Chinese and Russian influence in Latin America.
Speaking of influence, I've heard Venezuela's oil infrastructure is in pretty bad shape. What would it take to get it running properly again?
Industry experts estimate it would require about $220 billion in investment over 5 to 7 years to restore Venezuela's oil production to its peak levels. We're talking about massive infrastructure rebuilding, technical expertise, and modern equipment.
Oh, wow. That's quite an investment. Who would even have that kind of capital to invest?
That's exactly why major Western oil companies are already positioning themselves. ExxonMobil, Chevron, Shell, they've all been quietly maintaining connections, waiting for this moment.
So, what should we be watching for in the coming weeks?
3 key things. First, watch who gets appointed to head PDVSA, Venezuela's state oil company. Second, keep an eye on which international oil companies get early access. And third, pay attention to how quickly sanctions get lifted and for which sectors.
And I imagine the distribution of oil revenues will be crucial too.
Absolutely critical. Venezuela's oil income used to fund extensive social programs. How that money flows in the future will tell us everything about whether this intervention helps ordinary Venezuelans or just benefits foreign interests.
You know what strikes me about all this? The timing.
Well, consider this. Global oil prices have been volatile. Western nations are looking to reduce dependence on Russian oil, and Venezuela's neighbors are increasingly concerned about regional stability. It's like all the pieces aligned at once.
So, what's your prediction for how this plays out?
Looking at historical patterns, I'd expect to see a rapid move to stabilize the oil sector, probably with Western technical advisors coming in within months. But the real test will be whether this creates lasting positive change for Venezuela or just another chapter of resource exploitation.
That's quite a sobering thought to end on.
Indeed. Because ultimately, this isn't just about oil fields and production numbers. It's about the future of 28 million Venezuelans and the balance of power in our hemisphere. The next few months will tell us whether this was truly about positive change or just another grab for resources. That's our take. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe.